Okay, let's start with the application of uh, Laplacian in cylindrical coordinate system to electrostatic potential. So we have earlier seen the Bessel function comes as a radial part of the uh, Laplace equation, and often we require boundary conditions such that either with satisfying the Stern-Liouville boundary condition, or we require a boundary condition such that potential goes to zero on a given radial distance. In such case, we need the roots of Bessel function, and we also have seen the roots of Bessel functions are not equally distributed and they are asymmetric. So, this root plays an important role in the boundary value problem. Let's compare the well-known sine or cos orthonormal function, which we often use in the rectangular coordinate system, to the Bessel function, which in the cylindrical coordinate system. When we expand a function in Fourier series, we use either sine, cos, or combination of them. For simplicity, I use only sine function. Rest is very similar. Let's go through the one of the interpretation of this basis function. When n is equal to 1, we have a function sine pi x by a, where a is the length of the system which we are using, and often we need the roots on the either x is equal to 0 or x is equal to a. This is essentially a Stern-Liouville boundary condition. When we have a first eigenfunction, that is sine pi a, we have a one half cycle of the function. Let's look at the second uh, orthonormal function. When n is equal to 2, um, often we scale such that we have one full cycle in the interval 0 to a, and again it satisfies the condition that there are roots at the both end 0 and a. Same way we can continue for n is equal to 3. We have 1.5 cycles. Again, the boundary conditions are satisfied, and we can go on, and all these forms a basis function. Now we can see that for a given basis function, that is sine 1 uh, or sine 2 pi 2x or 3x or 4 pi x by a, for each function there is a root at the regular interval. The roots of a different order n may not have a same values, same interval, but for a given n, there are n cycles or n by 2 cycles which has a roots at the regular interval. Let's look at another interpretation. Let's say that we have only one function. We do not have n sine n pi x by a. Instead, we have only a one function, that is sine x by a. And first we look at the one cycle only, which is scaled to the interval to be 0 to a. Now we can map this uh, value, map this function to an interval 0 to a, and this is basically an identity map. You essentially have a same thing. Let's look at a second one. Let's take a two-way, and let's take two cycles, or rather one cycle, full cycle in this case, and then map this to an interval 0 to a. Now we see that this essentially have a compressed entire thing into the smaller interval half, and then you have a root at the regular. Similarly, we can continue for an interval, same function sine pi x by a, and we take a 3 a cycle or 1.5 cycle in this case, and then again map, and we continue this process so that so that the length of the interval is continuously properly mapped to an interval 0 to a, and then we would get the Fourier series in the interval 0 to a. All the intervals are mapped a, 2a, 3a, 4a to an interval 0 to a, and in this transformation sine pi xa maps into sine pi xa, sine 2 pi xa, sine 3 pi xa, and sine 4 xa, and so on. So both have a very similar, or they are same essentially because of having the roots at the regular interval. If the roots are at not at the regular interval, this scenario would be completely changing. And let us look at the Bessel function, how it works. Let's take it for the Bessel zero function, and one can zeroth order Bessel function, and one can simply extend it to the higher order Bessel function. We have seen that the Bessel zeroth order function has the roots at some interval, and we know these values. And then let's try to map these roots of the Bessel function to a fixed interval. The physical size we have is a. In this case, I have taken a to be 1. Let's take the first root, j. We usually note, denote it as uh, alpha 0 1. That means the root of the first root of J0 Bessel function that we map into an interval of 0 to a, or in this case a I have taken to be 1. Let's take the next root, which is alpha 0 2, and then map that also into an interval 0 to a, and so on. We can continuously do it. Let's take the third root of Bessel, j alpha 3, and then we can map it, and we continue this, and then we have a set of functions which are essentially mapped uh, using the points of the zeros of Bessel function into a fixed interval. Now we have all these as a set of function, but we have seen that this is an approach very similar to the sine x, which we have taken different length interval mapped into fixed interval 0 to a, and that forms the Fourier series. And this also we can use it as a expansion, or get our roots all fixed on to the radius of the cylinder. In this case, that value is taken to be 1, and then we can have a Bessel, Fourier Bessel uh, uh, series. These could also be used as a basis for the function which we are have to use. We can use a similar approach for the higher order Bessel function. In this case, J0 would be replaced by J1 or Jn, and we can do the same thing, map all the zeros to the fixed interval, and use them. Let's get back to the uh, problem of cylinder which we have been using, where we had trying to find the potential inside electrostatic potential inside the cylinder. We have seen that the solution comes as a Laplace solution comes as a Bessel function which satisfying the following boundary condition. Now we see that one of the easy way to satisfy this boundary condition is simply map all the zeros of the Bessel function Jm to the size of the cylinder, that is radius a, and then we for every root of every Bessel function, this would be automatically satisfied. So the argument in the Bessel function, which would be corresponding to root of the Bessel function, then the condition at alpha x rho equal to a is naturally satisfied. For this case, alpha kappa n mn should be equal to x mn by a, where x mn is nth root of Bessel function Jm. So this potential now naturally satisfies the boundary condition, and then we can use it as a solution to the